My oldest son is 5 years old. He was like, Daddy, I downloaded an app on the PlayStation. I was like, buddy, you can't be clicking around on there just downloading things all willy-nilly. You never know what he could find. You never know how much money it could cost. You can't just be clicking on stuff. Anyway, it was this app called Pluto TV. And the funny thing about this is, like 2 days before this, I was going through Amazon, Netflix, just all of the streaming services we have. I'm trying to find Star Trek The Next Generation to start that up again, rewatch all those episodes, because it's awesome. Not anywhere to be found. Yes, that's right. It's there on Pluto TV, which is completely free. So he really hooked me up, but he can't be clicking around on that stuff. Jeez Louise, but really cool. Check it out. Pluto TV, they have a lot of stuff. And like I said, it's completely free. Anyway, this is a comic book haul, right? So let's check out some books. But I never like to do intros. I started all of this, and everybody has their intros, or a little preamble with, this is where I found it, this is what I paid for it, isn't this all exciting? And really you're just like, man, just show me what you got. Well, I'm going to do a preamble. So buckle up, Buttercup. If you haven't seen my other 2 garage sale find videos, check them out. This is a continuation of those. I went back to this place, found some great stuff, piled it all up. It came around to about, I think it was $55 or so. And I said, hey, what about 50 for all of this stuff? And he counted it up and he goes, what about 45? I was like, oh, that's really nice. Okay, yeah, deal. And because he's so cool, we'd been talking about a couple other things before I brought my pile up to him. And he said $10 for the both of them. And I said, hey, you hooked me up with that. Let me go ahead and get both of these for $10. And this is what I picked up. I'm not a big toy guy, as I have my pop sitting here. And you might have seen some other things, but I thought these were pretty cool. We can get in frame here. From the Dick Tracy flick. He told one of the main reasons why I went ahead and popped on these, because honestly, like, it's pretty goofy looking. It's not the coolest thing ever. That wristwatch, man, I wanted that wristwatch so bad. And now we kind of have them with Google Watches, right? They have a little walkie-talkie app or feature that is really neat. It's essentially a wristwatch. I thought that was so cool, the walkie-talkie calling Dick Tracy. Anyhow, he told me, and I don't know if it's true, that this guy, the tramp, who was stinking up the city sewers, was recalled, or a version of him was recalled. And then they came out with another one, possibly, and this evidently is the recalled version. I'm not really sure, but if you look on the back, he said it was due to the fact that, what does it say? Warning, Steve the Tramp will use and abuse any young helpless prey he comes across. Beware, a boozed-out boxer, Steve the Tramp is a big, strong brute, believes kids without families are meant to be his slaves. Dozens of homeless children combing the city, bringing them food. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Anyway, he told me that, I don't know, word got out that he was abusing these kids and employing them to do his bidding and turning them to a life of crime. And I don't know, man, the PTA got involved and apparently got these taken off the shelves, which I don't know if that's true. If it is true, that's pretty cool. So it's a little piece of history. I don't know if it is true, but again, he gave me a little bit of deal on all the books that I'll show. And so I said, hey, you give me a deal, I'll spend a little bit more money here. And these are really neat. I tend to take my toys out. They're already in there. I don't know. I'll probably just keep them there. I got nothing to do. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. Anyway, on to the cool stuff. I'm going to show the biggest book I got, because this is what I like to do. And I imagine I'm not the only one. Y'all got to use this trick where you go and you find something, and it's a cool thing, and maybe you'd like to have it, but you can sell it to pay for everything else that you get. And that's what I did. So I found this Weird War 93 First Creature Commandos. Everybody's excited. James Gunn, DCU, comic book spec. It's very exciting. Anyway, it is cool. It's a cool book. Joe Kubert. There's tons of things to like about this. I'm not disparaging this at all. I paid, whatever amount of money for books that I think are cool. And somebody paid me already an amount of money that they thought was fair to get this book in their collection. And it is a really cool book. And I sold this book and paid for everything you're about to see, including the Dick Tracy and what was his name? Steve the Tramp? Anyway, Steve the Tramp, whomever the Tramp, my ex-wife the Tramp. Figure. So this is what I picked up. We'll show the stuff that y'all don't care about first. I like baseball. I haven't really looked at this, but it's a really cool book just to have. And, when my kids are a little bit more grown up, I can flip through it and peruse it at my own perusal. Anyway, so I like baseball. I'm a big baseball fan. I would recommend this book right here. This was a really neat, fun, cool read. Satchel Paige, Striking Out Jim Crow. Very awesome. You don't have to be a baseball fan to enjoy the story. It's just a really cool graphic novel. And I picked this up. It's fairly cheap and a nice hardcover edition too. So I'm showing all that because I picked, I already told you what I paid for everything total. So we'll just leave it at that. Did I? Yes, I did. And then I added the $10 on. What did I pay? $55 for all of this. And I already paid for all of it with the selling of that. I'm repeating myself. This is another recommendation. Ken Burns baseball documentary. Super cool. If you have any interest in baseball at all, the history of baseball, give it a watch. Super neat. Once it gets to the modern age, it's a little bit less interesting to me, personally. You kind of miss that nostalgia. You miss that, heroes get remembered, but legends never die sort of thing. You get the legends when you start to go further back, and we make a big deal out of it, and it's mythical and everything. And so anyway, I picked this up. I just thought it was really cool for, relatively cheap compared to, I don't know, most of the stuff you can get for it's not very expensive stuff. That other book's the only one I think I found that was really worth anything. But this is from 1934. Well, I remember the price. I got this, the Mother Goose one, and the baseball actual books were 2 for $5. So I picked this up. The spine is obviously non-existent. It is connected. Like everything's, it's not necessarily falling apart. Got a cool little couple autographs of some kids who were excited about the complete Mother Goose. It's 1934 for, $250. Super cool. Check them out. They're actually fairly, I don't want to say prevalent on eBay, but there's multiple copies on eBay. And to me, that was kind of surprising for a book from 1934. Sticking with the Dick Tracy theme. This isn't the first Dick Tracy thing I got from the garage sale, I think. Maybe it is. I don't know. Go back. You let me know. You won't, and it's fine. Dick Tracy in 3D. I don't have 3D glasses. I mean, I remember 3D glasses, but I didn't hold on to any. I think this is from the 90s. I don't know. Maybe it's the 80s or something. Yeah, there we go. 86. 1986. Just kind of a cool little thing I picked up because I like Dick Tracy, so I thought it would be kind of neat to take a look at. Obviously, it's like in 3D, so if you look at it without glasses, it has that like little layered, weird color looking stuff, so you can't really read it without the glasses, but pretty neat. And all these are in like a really nice condition. Next, issue number 1 of Batman and the Outsiders. It's a collector's item. Guys, it's a collector's item. Quick, rush out and get it. Pretty cool though. I don't think it has like any, oh, there goes my air. Enjoy that. I hope it's not. Yeah, whatever. If it is, it is. She looks kind of weird, doesn't she? Look at her. It's kind of like looks kind of silly. Anyhow. Yeah, I thought this was a cool pickup. I already picked up issue number 1 of this next bunch I got because I was like, I'm only getting keys and I'm not going to pay any money for anything unless it's in the key collector app. And since then I said, maybe that's not the best approach for everything. So I went back, knew he had these. He had doubles of most of them, if not all of these. So I just cherry picked the nicest copies. So we have Watchmen number 2. I have not read Watchmen. I know. I liked the movie. I thought the movie was cool. That's Watchmen 3. Here's Watchmen 4. I know everybody has nothing but fantastic things to say about Alan Moore and the work that he does. I kind of feel like I wanted to, read some superhero comics before I delved into... I feel like there's an appreciation to people who grew up reading superhero comic books, and then all of a sudden, maybe not all of a sudden, but maybe it felt like all of a sudden, but then Alan Moore came out with Watchmen, and it completely kind of changed the way people thought about this stuff. And without growing up through that, that's Watchmen number 5. Here's 6. I was just worried that I wouldn't have this appreciation for it that other people do. There's Watchmen number 10. So obviously we have a couple issue break there. This is kind of an iconic one, right? 12 of 12, and I think that's it. Yeah, so that's a really cool one. So anyway, I thought I'd pick these up because, again, if you check the prices, I think that they go for a decent amount of money. And like I said, all this stuff is high grade. I don't know if there's 9/8 candidates or, but they're high grade. They're no big flaws, let's say. Very, very nice copies that anybody would be happy to have. And I'll be happy to read one day when I collect the rest of them, or I'll get a nice deluxe edition or something, because it's never going to go out of print, because they won't let it. In the last bit, I had already shown I had grabbed some earlier copies. I grabbed a number 1. I think I grabbed a number 3, and my appreciation, my love for Usagi Yojimbo keeps growing. So I grab these now, whereas before, like I said, if you're not in the Key Collector app, you're dead to me. You're not existent. You don't even deserve a place in my collection. But I'm softening up on a lot of that, and here's a character that I'm fond of, Usagi Yojimbo. Obviously, he's not on there, but so that's Critter 6. Here's 10, and it's a little unfortunate because out of all the things I've gotten, these were the books that I think that I would rather these be in the best condition. Well, actually, maybe the Watchmen, because I'm probably going to sell those for profit so I can afford cooler things to me. And these are probably in the lesser condition, especially the ones with Usagi on the cover. So, well, that's a bummer. But this is a great cover of Usagi. Here's another one. This is a cool cover. I don't know who those people are or what's going on necessarily, but I really like the colors on that too. That really pops. Critters 11. Excuse me. Critters 14. So I think that's that's all of it. It's been a while since I've uploaded a video. 2 small kids, working a job, trying to just stay above water. I don't have a ton of time to record these videos, and it's not the most important thing going on right now, but I enjoy it. I hope you all enjoyed it too. So, as always, more comics, more stuff, more fun is on the way.